Jane is all heart and soul. She puts her heart and soul in everything. She's extremely hands on and she personalizes things. So when she meets you, she will make sure that she gives you exactly the situation that your parents need. She's extremely caring. I know that she personally has taken care of her mother. And so she comes from that place of what would I do for my mother? Where would I want my mother? What would I want my mother to be eating? How would I want my mother to be taken care of? So she's very personal and very compassionate. So the support Jane's given me in my particular case is my mother. And she has given me the ability to know my mother is in the perfect place. And I know I can also call on Jane anytime, even though Jane placed my mother and now is not involved. I know that at any time I can call Jane and she's there to answer any questions I have whatsoever, whether it be about nutrition or about what should I do about a doctor visit, whether it be about I'd like my mother to have a little more exercise, whatever the case be, Jane is always there for me. And really, I'm going to come back to the phrase peace of mind. I'm so grateful for her. My brother as well, who also visits my mother often, we are just so happy for Jane that she was there for us. We were so happy to have her there and to be able to recommend this place for my mother.
My name is Sue Duggan, and I've been a caregiver for my husband for 11 years, and 7 of those years I cared for him at home until he went to the care center. Actually, I met Jane at the care center where my husband was living, and at that time her mother was also there. And I just knew her from visiting with her, and then one day I was having a conversation with the ombudsman, and the ombudsman encouraged me to start a family council because I was kind of complaining that family members didn't have much input. And I called Jane over and said, Jane, you have to listen to this. And so together we started a family council, and it's been going for a year and a half. And I think we've accomplished a lot over there. The staff has been very receptive to us. And so it's been a pleasure to work with Jane.
I think continuing to follow up, I've never felt like we were just sort of dropped. Jane, Melissa, everyone in the group has continued to follow up and say, how are you? How's dad? And just continuing to say, what can we do for you? What other resources do you need? Feeling like you have support, like you have options, like you have resources, and feeling like there's somebody there offering that to you on a regular basis is pretty amazing.
Well, Next Step Senior Care has so many wonderful resources available that have been a help to me. Mostly just the information. I seem to do well with information, and knowledge is power, as they say. And so Next Step Senior Care has provided me with information, practical suggestions that I can apply with my mother and my father, that I can apply to my own life, which has enabled me to become a better caregiver for my dad, which is something I do 1 day a week, so that my mom, who is the full-time caregiver, is able to have a day off. Well, about a year ago, my dad had what we believe to be a stroke. It turned out to be a seizure, and he had several silent seizures that came after that, which has affected his memory. So the official diagnosis is vascular dementia. With the dementia, he's no longer able to reason or make decisions the way that he used to. And he's lost a lot of weight. He's got some other complications too, with diabetes, pancreatitis, some other health concerns that probably magnify the problem. But with the dementia, it's just been a shift for my parents because my dad is no longer able to do the things that he used to do in the way that he used to do them. So my mom is now his full-time caregiver, and I help out with them at least 1 day a week, often more, but for sure 1 day so that my mom can have the day off. And then just, being available and helping them through their transitions. Well, those are fabulous resources because they're teaching me how to take care of myself. You've heard the phrase, who takes care of the caregiver? Well, that's a good question to ask because a lot of caregivers don't get taken care of. And Next Step Senior Care provides resources to help the caregiver get the care that they need so they, in turn, can be a better caregiver without burning out.
Having been a caregiver myself for over 9 years, it has been a huge challenge. And the statistics say that caregivers usually will pass before the one who's being cared for. And I was feeling that way with, with me caring for my own mom. I was going to be going pretty soon. And it took me having to work through and walk through finding ways to take care of myself so that I could be my best to take care of my mom. And that is what birthed our caregiver support programs. We have a one-on-one caregiver support program where we walk with you for 6 months to help you, work through the different transitions. We provide strategy sessions. We provide just different exercises, and we provide advocacy support to support all of the unexpecteds that come up. We also have one-on-one caregiver support groups, and we just do whatever we can to help you transition through this hard process as smoothly as possible.